There we go. Hey, you guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, sorry, the other group's having a little bit of trouble, so give me 1 second to make sure they get on before we started. So who has something good to share from this past week? What's something exciting that you have to share?
I had a cooking show and have another booking.
Awesome. How did they go? How did the show go?
Show went very well. It's been a long time since they've been to a Pampered Chef cooking show, so they had no clue that's how the parties go.
Okay. So like the hands-on part?
Right. They've never been to where you cooked anything. It was all just catalogs.
Okay. I think there must have been some consultant that used to do parties that way, because every now and then I hear that, but I've cooked at every party I've ever done for 12 years. So I don't know, how there must have been some group out there that didn't used to cook. So what did they think of more the hands-on and the cooking and all that?
They absolutely loved it.
Awesome.
So yeah, so it went really well.
Good. And you said you got a booking, or you're working on getting a booking?
No, I have a booking for January already from that party. And then the other person was going to book for a virtual party in December, and then she changed her mind tonight.
Oh, okay. Were you able to talk her into just waiting until January?
I'm going to work on her.
Okay, good. Who else has something awesome to share? Okay, I think we got it figured out. Who else wants to share something awesome from this week?
I'll share, Chantel. This is Tammy.
Awesome.
So I just promoted to director on Thursday.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was huge. That was super exciting. So yes, it's not even all updated in the system yet. I'm waiting for everything to update. So, okay, it looks like they got it all figured out. So I'm going to get off of this, and then we'll get officially started. And I know we have a second Tammy on. I don't know, do you have anything to share from this week? Okay, well, let's jump in then. So this week's call is on customer care, which is one of the key aspects of your business. So let's go ahead and just do a recap of what we've done so far. The first week was product knowledge and belief and passion. So being passionate about your products, and then bookings and host coaching, and then recruiting. So we've gone through a lot of different things. What is something that you learned from last week's call? Last week was recruiting. Who wants to hop on and share?
I learned that we need to practice it to where it's just a regular conversation.
Awesome.
Not to be afraid to mention it.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah. So asking for bookings and asking people about joining you if they want more information about joining your team should become something that you just automatically ask with every conversation, not something that is a big to do. It should just be part of the conversation every single time. So I love that. That's great. Any questions on conducting an interview, or do you feel prepared to be able to do it easily?
sometimes it's easier to talk to people and sometimes it's not.
Okay. So what are some of the times where it's easier to talk to people?
I was at a vendor show yesterday, and somebody came up to me and started asking me. The guy said he does all the cooking, and he said, I'm looking for a set of knives. And I said, well, we've got the best. And I started explaining about our knives. And then when he wanted to know the price, I said, well, you could get these for free or 60% off if you have a party in December. So I talked to him a little bit about it. And then he looked at it and he goes, oh, those are way too expensive. And so it was like, and then I was like, well, then, I didn't know what to say after that.
Okay. Until you have it happen at least once, sometimes it's hard to know what to say next. So has anyone had that happen and know how they would respond to that?
I've had it happen, and what I remind people is that Pampered Chef has been around for a long time, and that our products have guarantees with them, so you may be able to buy a cheaper version, but the quality is what you're paying for.
Love it. And that is a perfect answer. So, yes. So usually what I tell people is the most important tool you can put in your kitchen is your knives. It's also the number one thing people skimp on. So our knives have a lifetime warranty. They're actually priced very comparably, if not less expensive than the leading brands with lifetime warranty, like Cutco. Yeah. So one thing I would encourage you to do, that very first week we talked about using your products so that you could feel comfortable and passionate about them. But the other thing that we've talked about in previous calls, not necessarily the ones you guys were on, just, overall training, is when you are in any type of store, so Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, Williams-Sonoma, Macy's, try to just make a quick detour through their kitchen section. And that way, I think what you'll find is a lot of our stuff is either similar priced or a lot of times less. And if you're more confident about the price point of our products, then when somebody says, oh, that's more than I wanted to spend, you'll have a better response. So I know one I've heard a lot about is the salt and pepper grinders. They're $60-something, and you get 2 grinders and a stand. But that's a lot of money. Would I personally go to a party and order those full price? Probably not on the budget that we live on currently. But I got to go to Macy's in Chicago with a friend, and we just did kind of a quick tour through the kitchen square, and they actually had a clearanced out salt grinder, one grinder, not a set, with no stand, for $58 on clearance. Okay. So when you start looking around, you're like, well, I guess ours isn't quite so expensive when you compare it to that. So, and then knowing the features and benefits that make ours a really great one. So the difference with our grinders is that it has a ceramic grinding mechanism and instead of a metal. And on a salt grinder where it has a metal grinding mechanism, eventually it wears it out because the salt against the metal eats away at it. So knowing about the products, but also being aware of other companies' products too, can be really helpful in growing your confidence on how to reply to people. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Was that helpful, Donna?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, so now that you've gotten that question, ours have a lifetime warranty. The first thing that somebody going to culinary school has to purchase is knives. And they usually have to make somewhere between $1,000 to $2,000 minimum purchase in knives to enter culinary school. So our knives I've actually had chefs reach out to me when they're going to school because ours are a better price for them than some of the other ones they have to purchase. So that's something to keep in mind is, that's considered a necessity in the kitchen, and getting a good knife is always going to be a pricey thing. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Any questions about conducting an interview for somebody joining your team? Who here has learned something new in the last week or through the last 6 weeks to Success program about how to have a conversation with somebody joining your team, and who made a list of potential consultants? I know we asked for 10, but who was able to even start a list, and how many people did you get on your list?
I have 2 people that I am waiting to see if they're going to join. One person said she wanted to wait till after we did a cooking show, and her kitchen is being remodeling. So we're waiting till the end of December. And then the other person was a a friend of mine who was a consultant. It was someone who stated that they wanted to join, so I've reached out to them, and I'm just waiting to see, kind of what they're waiting for, and to try to talk to them and explain my success.
Okay, that's awesome. Anyone else have a list? I don't care how many are on your list, but you're just making a list of people who would either need the extra money, maybe need something fun and flexible, really just love the products, or just would be a fun person to work with. So you should be thinking of all 4 of those categories when you're making a list, not just 1 or 2 of those categories. So who else has a list?
I know of a few people that really could use the business, but it's a matter of like one of my sisters could really use it. But when I talked to her about it at one point, she said that she lives in Mississippi, and she was like, all my friends think all the stuff is too expensive. So it's like, I just got to, talk to her more about it.
Sure. Well, let me tell you guys a little bit about the bonus this month when somebody joins your team in December. And we actually have some potential team members for our team that are even asking for the consultant kit as their Christmas gift too. So just keep that in mind. If they're looking for a way to get their kit, there's really no reason they couldn't ask for it as their Christmas gift this year. But the bonus is the set of stoneware rectangular bakers. It's all 3 of them, which is an awesome bonus. But the other one is the extra 30 days. And if you're a new consultant and you haven't been a consultant since last December, it's a bonus that they usually give every December. And what that means is instead of having 30, 60, and 90 days to earn the Fast Track to Director program, all the Pampered Chef dollars, and to qualify, they actually get 60, 90, and 120 days to qualify, be a Fast Track to Director, and earn Pampered Chef dollars for that entire 120 days. So if you are a newer consultant, some of you I know are still earning Pampered Chef dollars. You're still in your 90 days, but some of you are new. Tammy, who just promoted Director, still within the last year, she's new. And think of if you'd had an extra 30 days as a new consultant and how much that would have given you to run with. So that's a really big deal. So Teresa, with your girl who wants to wait till after December, I would let her know about that now and say, hey, look, I after Christmas or whatever, it would be a really good idea to get you signed up between Christmas and New Year, because then you can take advantage of this promotion we only offer once a year. You get your stoneware bonus, but you'll also get the extra 30 days to qualify and to earn all the new consultants rewards. And that's a big deal. They don't completely understand why it's a big deal. Just let them know that it is a big deal. Okay. So keep working on your list. You should be adding new people to your list of recruits every single week. So again, think of the 4 categories: people who could use extra money, people who could use the fun and flexibility, people who who love the products, and people who you just think would be great asset to your team or you would love to work with. And then Donna, for those who are concerned about who they would start selling to, I always encourage them to book a party first, like Teresa did, and take the kit credit if they decide they want to do it. And then I work with them to get bookings. Everyone can afford free. So I just remind them, like, our host program is amazing. So for getting hostesses that don't want to spend the money maybe on a rock cracker or a product, they can always host and get it for free. And lastly, as far as that, she doesn't have to be limited by her area. If she feels like Pampered Chef isn't super popular right where she is, she can always branch out with virtual parties to anywhere in the country too. Okay. So our topic today is customer service, or we also call it customer care. We definitely want to take care of our customers so they continue to do business with us. It's easier to keep current customers than to find new ones. So we do always continue to find new business, but we want to keep our current customers happy. Okay. We're good. Excellent customer service sets you apart from the competition. So here's a quote from Gandhi on customer focus. A customer is the most important visitor on our premises. He is not dependent on us. We are dependent on him. He is not an interruption to our work. He is the purpose of it. He is not an outsider in our business. He is a part of it. We are not doing him a favor by serving him. He is doing us a favor by giving us an opportunity to do so. So who do you want your guests to think of when they need something? You. But they will only remember you if they like you. So good customer service experience can change somebody's perception about you and your business. Customers are your greatest asset, so maintaining the relationships is an important element. You want to keep them happy and keep them coming back. They generate sales, increase bookings, bring new consultants onto your team, and help you earn more money. So it's important to add new customers and also work on your customer care to keep people happy. So I don't remember the specific numbers, but I know that one happy customer can typically bring a few new people to your business. But an unhappy customer can typically damage a relationship with 10 to 20 future potential consultants. So just keep that in mind, that that's an important part. So customer service, this formula we like to use is 2-2-2. And it's something Pepper Chef talks about and also something Belinda Ellsworth talks about. And it's 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months out is your formula for following up with people. So you can learn more with Belinda Ellsworth's book, Direct Selling for Dummies, and some of our homework will be a portion of one of her trainings for you to learn a little bit more about that. So within 2 days after the show, you can send a group email, thank you, offer the host opportunity again, an earning opportunity again. And I love this tip, personalize it with a photo. So if you're good about taking pictures at your shows, you could send out your follow-up email or text or Facebook message with a picture of the party to make it more personalized. Does anyone do something like this or something similar to this?
Never done it.
Okay. Anyone else?
Chantel, I do send out the recipes to whoever was there.
Awesome. As an email?
Yes, I sent them as an email.
Okay. And there's actually a really easy way to do this. So I already screen sharing. Let's see if I can show you. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
I think you're the only one I can visibly see here tonight. I know this is something when we trained on this on our team, they were really impressed because they had no idea how easily they could do this. So you can actually go in here. This is a show that I've already closed out, and click on the guest list tab right here. And then you select everyone. And you can choose the thank you for your order. And then it's going to pull everybody up, and you can actually personalize this message, and you can send it as the host, which is probably the one you wouldn't want to do. You want to click over here to send it as a consultant, and it automatically says, thank you for your order. Your Pampered Chef products are on the way. I'm thrilled you found the right things. But you can personalize this entire little email, and then you can personalize the title as well, and then you just send. And it actually sends to everybody who ordered from the party, whether they were there live and in person or not. So that's just a quick little tip for you. It doesn't have to be something complicated or time consuming. Let's make sure I can get back to the PowerPoint. There we go. It can just be an easy way to follow up with people. So words to say after 2 days. I actually do a lot by text. So you've got to, I think, find a formula that works for you and then stick with it. So if you like email, then use email. If you prefer to text, then try to use text for the majority of your follow-up. So thanks for coming to the host party last night. It was so much fun to meet you. Put a room of fabulous people together with some wine and good food, and how can you go wrong? I can't wait for the next party. Is it going to be at your house? So usually for the 2 days after, I usually send it 2 days after the party, which is hopefully when you're closing the party at the latest. So I usually try to send that text right when I'm closing the party and just thank them for coming. And if they were a yes or a maybe for having a party, I tell them I look forward to the specific date of their party if they already booked with me. If they were maybe, I say, hey, I'm still trying to get Susie, host one more booking. Did any of those dates work for you? If I'm still following up with them. And then I let them know that their products will be in about 5 to 7 business days and to text me when they come in. Now, a lot of them don't text me, but some do. And then that opens up the ability for me to have another conversation with them when they text me and let me know that their stuff came in. So here's some additional sample words that you can use. And these are just something that you save, whether it's as an email and you just fill in the blanks, or even as a text. I save these texts in my notes section in my phone, and I just, change out the host name and resend them to each person individually. So come up with a system that works for you and just stick with it. 2 weeks out of the show. A lot of times that's called the out of the box show. If they have any questions or need any recipes, make sure they got everything they wanted and interested in hosting their own show. The great thing about this, again, you can do it by email, you can do it by text, but sometimes they haven't gotten their stuff. We actually just had a girl who the address was wrong on her order, and so her stuff still hasn't arrived. Or sometimes if they're shipping to the host and the host maybe had a crazy week, they may not even realize that their friend already has the products. So this 2 weeks after the show is a good time to make sure they actually got their products, they've taken them out of the box and there's nothing wrong with them, and that they can use them, or that they don't have any questions about using them, or see if they need any recipes. Sometimes, especially this time of year when they're ordering stuff, maybe life was a little too hectic to really think about booking a party, but 2 weeks out, things may have settled down. So they may be more at a good place to book a party. So did you get everything you wanted? You can always book a party and get the rest of your wish list for free. And are you interested in hosting your own show? Any questions about that, you guys?
No.
Okay. Words to say 2 weeks. So here's some word choices, but again, come up with some of your own. I'm checking to make sure you're enjoying your deep cover baker. Have you gotten it out of the box yet? I'd love to send you some great recipes to try out in it. My personal favorite is the Rush Hour Chicken Fajitas. So people do really appreciate getting recipes from products. So, and the great thing is you can just go to your own website and search for the product and copy that link and send it to them. You don't have to retype it or do anything special. This one's set up for October, but if you're still working on December, I would offer whatever popular theme that you're having success with this month. So if you're booking cookie baking parties, then just say, hey, I only have 2 slots left for a cookie party. I'd love to work with you. Would you be interested? Or if your December's full and you're moving on to January, January, there's never a better time than when we offer the double free. Plus there's the different Getting Healthy sets available. And one of them includes the Rock Crock. So getting them dated on your calendar now, even if it's for further out like January or even February, is awesome. And then remind them of the 30-day refund or exchange. So the shipping's free on any return or exchange for the first 30 days after they place their order. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay. 2 months after the show. Keep customers e-newsletter. Make sure that everybody is set up in your e-newsletter, that your e-newsletter is set up to automatically go out. I have people who are like, oh yeah, I hear from you all the time. And I honestly don't even know, I don't remember where we originally met. But it's because my email automatically goes out to them. So it looks like I'm staying in touch with them without me having to do any thought behind that. Pampered Chef does put in the weekly Wednesday newsletters they email out a reminder each month to update your newsletter so that it's current and fresh when it's going out to your customers. You can always ask them if they need any seasonings or cross-sell an item. Like if they were to purchase a knife, you could say, hey, do you need a cutting board to go with it? So just suggest any items that might go with their product to make them more likely to get the full use out of it. Encourage your customers to set up a wish list on your website, and then that's an easy way for you to follow up if any of their products are going on special, or to fill them in on upcoming host specials. And then the last thing would be to just say, hey, do you have a quick minute, and let them know any new products coming out, new catalogs coming out, or new host specials since the last time you chatted. Any questions about that? Okay. who here is doing any of these? I know we had some good ideas, and Tammy said she's already doing the email at the 2-day mark. Who here is checking in after the show's been delivered?
I usually just go back into, if it's a Facebook event, I go back into it and just thank them for participating in
Okay.
the cooking show. And, you know, if they would like to have their own party, to let me know. And then I kind of send sometimes like a little funny picture saying, it's got an image of a lady on the up against like a wall or a couch, and it says, I could have gotten my Pampered Chef half off or free if only I hosted a party.
Okay.
So I try to put a little bit of comedy.
Sure. So keep it light and funny. I like that.
Right.
Awesome. And then I know, Teresa, you're pretty new, so you're probably right at the point where you might have even 2 people at the 2-month mark. So this is good practice to put into place for the future as well.
Yes.
Lady that I was at the vendor